team, a very strong good afternoon to all of you. This is Sunit Chaudhuri. I am the CEO of CI STEM Information Technology Services Private Limited, and I will be sharing my mailing details and everything to you all. So today we have a point in our mind in order to upgrade your knowledge. Okay, see, we firmly believe in one thing, that is learn and earn, and after that we want that you people should earn only. But before learning, without learning, it is not possible to learn, and after that it is not possible to earn. Okay, and vice versa, without learning and earning you cannot continue the steps of earning every day. So the theory goes like this, that if I know the work, okay, jobs will definitely come to me. But if I'm not knowing it, I'm fully confident job will not come to me. And since we are there in the technical field, we need to upgrade our knowledge every now and then. See, earlier in the data science group, we used to work in R and all. Okay, but now we are working in Python. Okay, because of the technology changes and because of the impact of the modern technology, where we are running after the websites or the mobile apps or anything, or the e-commerce sites which can deliver our items that we are looking for within 10 minutes, okay, or within 5 minutes. If it is taking more than half an hour, we are not going to that e-commerce site, right? Beautiful e-commerce site can be done with the help of Python, with SQL, and with machine learning and all these things. And people are implementing all these things at this moment, right? So in that connection, what is needed is the upgradation of your knowledge. So for that upgradation of your knowledge, you people are well aware of this fact that at this moment we are integrating everything with AI. Now the question comes that as far as this AI is concerned, which means artificial intelligence. So the thing is that until and unless we feed information to the AI agent, that is the robot for instance, okay, or the machine, it will not function. For instance, if my brain doesn't know the alphabet from A to Z, that is 26 alphabets, okay, I cannot read the sentence. Once I am able to read the full sentence, then only I will be in a position to upgrade myself, and I can go ahead with my knowledge level a little bit higher, uh, knowing the how to read, knowing idioms, and how to read higher sentence, and how to make ourselves upgraded into that world of language, that is A to Z, 26 alphabets. Similarly, if you take the bright illustration of chat GPT and all, where the data has been fed till 2022, okay, so if I take it in a different aspect, that is, this portion is not having all the 26 alphabet in their mind. But if you go to the new innovation that is going on in AI at this moment, that is Gen AI, right? Generative AI, whatever you call it, innovation AI by IBM. Okay. So where this 26 data has been updated, that is the data has been updated till 2024. So we expect better result from innovation AI, generative AI, rather than chat GPT. Hopefully you are getting my point, right? Because of the knowledge level that we have fed it to the machine or to the AI agent or to the robot, whatever you say. So their level, their correspondence with us will be much better than the correspondence given by the other people, right? So in that respect, our earnest request to you, follow this master session where our primary duty is to upgrade you people with the knowledge that is coming. We are thinking of the future. Why people lost job? I don't want to mention the name here because this video will go to the media. Suddenly, a good number of people have lost job in the MNC. Why? Because AI got implemented. AI is doing the job of those people, right? Those people were warned, they were told several times, please upgrade your knowledge, please upgrade your knowledge. They didn't eat it. They thought that we are into this technology, we are doing pretty good and all. What AI will do, right? But now the thing is that once human brain, being, whatever term you say, you can call me human being, you can call me human brain, because we are working with our brain. So in that respect, when human brain has transferred the knowledge to the AI tool, so in that case, what has happened? AI, naturally the machine. Why we take help of the machine? You should understand of that. See, washing clothes in a washing machine, it's just giving the clothes and putting all the item and all, making the switch on and everything and all. But that thing has been made by a human being. But the efficiency has increased. A bucket of clothes, which we earlier used to hand wash, took 1 hour time, energy, everything. But now that is coming out of the machine within 15 minutes, 20 minutes, right? And all these things are getting implemented along with the AI technology. So AI is going in such a fast way that slowly you will find that, I'm not naming the organization once again because it will go to the media. They have challenged that within 18 months quota will not be read. And I have checked now. Okay. I have seen that, say, for instance, I want a website. Okay. Say, I want a e-commerce website. This e-commerce website which I want, I have just asked the AI tool, let it be ChatGPT, let it be generative AI, innovation AI, or whatever you call, right? So Gen AI, whatever you call it. So the thing is that I have asked, instantly the code came to my picture. It was so interesting and so mind blowing, Even every code and everything has come down, all in just a fraction of minutes. But if I don't like the code, if I resubmit it, believe me, new codes are coming. It is getting generated once again. So, in that respect, you can see the impact of AI even in the healthcare section. In the healthcare section, earlier we used to have open heart surgery. Okay, the patient is down in the bed for 6 months. Now I can assure you, go for open of a heart surgery with the AI facility. That is a robotic surgery that is going on. Within 6 days, you will run. No blood, nothing. How it is possible? It is only possible because data has been fed to the machine. Complete data has gone to their machine. We have learned 1 plus 1 equal to 2. That's why we know the concept of addition or subtraction. That's why we can do higher mathematics. Similarly, the AI machine is doing the same thing at this moment. Right? We are feeding them with information and they are giving us the result without delay, number one. And number two is that the most important part, that is the accuracy level. Okay. So the accuracy level, you can judge that how much the healthcare operation, for instance, the heart operation has been done and all. Through AI and all, you need not have to believe in the word of the mouth of the doctor saying that the operation is success, but still it is 90%. There might be some changes, might be some problem. So these kind of things are there, right? See, initially, data science, when it came to the picture into the world of coding or into the world of IT, we used to use this data science. Okay. Say, for instance, I want to know that who is going to be the winner in 2026, okay, in IPL. So, what I've done, I have given data, and after that, with the help of machine learning, linear regressions, and other tools, Python and other tools in data science, what I have done, I have given the data, and after that, using those coding aspect and all, everything and all, I am getting a result that in 2026, say KKR will be the winner. Okay. Similarly, I have put my 3 years profit and loss data. Okay. And in that profit and loss data, I am asking the data scientist, or the trainee data analyst, or the data analyst to predict my data and to analyze the data properly, so that what will be my profit next year. Right. But here the question comes, people might say, I will lose my job. It was my duty to maintain my account and all. Believe my words, when computer came, people have broken the computer stating that they will lose the job. But think of, had they done that completely, what could have been at the time of pandemic? Even the milk also came through the e-commerce site. And even today, we are completely dependent on the technology, right? So playing with data to me is data science in a nutshell. I believe you people agree with me that the more efficient my data is, the more efficient my data is organized, the more efficient result will come. And human interference is always needed there. So there's nothing to be afraid that AI is taking over the job of human being. It's not like that. You upgrade yourself, you upgrade your technology. You know R and you are expecting to work in AI. That's not possible. We are shouting every day, stating that please upgrade to AI. So if you know AI, who is going to take your job? No one. So that's from my side, my small advice to all of you. People have claimed that within 18 months coders will not be needed. So from my side, I request you all a very important thing, that please, dear all, upgrade your technology. And now I am passing on the desk to our honorable Mainak. Okay. And I think I have a very, very good crowd today, and I'm proud of this crowd. So, what I am doing, I am removing the option. Just a minute. I am allowing all the participants to speak. So once Mona can unmute yourself, you people are also in a position to unmute yourself, and you people can have a one-to-one interaction with our honorable data scientist, Mr. Mainak Halder. And once again, dear, I'm disturbing you a little bit because of the data sake. I told you, more organized we are, more better data set we are maintaining, the more profit we will get. And this profit from CI STEM side, I am giving you assurance, the people who will join CI STEM, okay, will get equal ratio of this profit. We'll distribute all the money to the employees. Yeah, of course. Now you will say how you will run your office if you are earning 10 rupees and you are distributing 10 rupees only. No, not like that. I will keep 1 rupee for the rent so that we can sit together all and work together all. Okay. And slowly we have a plan that we're moving very fast to the level that where we will work once again before the pandemic the way we used to work. Okay. But the people who are in job at this moment, I will request them not to leave the job, learn the technology, and after that, when you feel like that, yeah, now the time has come that I'm the best in AI, yes, leave the job. Then you join in AI. Feel the difference after that. Okay. Once again, I last and the least, I'm just interfering once again with the form. If anyone left out, please fill up this form. And after this, the desk is over to Mainak. Initially, to be very honest, I kept everyone in mute mode because I don't tell lie in my dictionary. There is no word called impossible. Okay. Because impossible itself says, I am possible. Believe in my principle. I am possible. Learn, learn and earn, and after that, only earn. Okay. Never love your company. Love your job role. If you are the best in your job role, people will never throw you away. Okay, whatever might be the circumstances. If they throw you away, also doesn't matter. You know your job, you know the technology, so you will get another job. I can assure you. Overnight, you will get you. So make yourself to that level where company will run after you. You need not have to run after me or run after any other organization to get a job. Is there a promise from everyone? You can unmute, please. I want to hear your voice. Team, please. Hello, you can unmute.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Piyush, are you getting the instinct of learning and the motivation? Piyush,
Yes, sir.
yes, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. What about?
Sir, actually, I want to know that why should we choose data science and what are its benefits?
Yeah, that for that very reason, my data scientist is coming into the picture. You will get the answer. You just fill
Okay,
up the
sir.
form. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
So hopefully, I have given you a clear idea that what technology we are looking for. We want AI people. We want machine learning people. We want deep learning people. We want Python, of course. We want SQL people. But all the upgraded technologies we want, right?
Yes,
Because
sir.
of the fact the world has moved to that level.
Yes, sir.
Right. So when the world has moved to that level, okay. So in that case, we will have to also move ourselves to that level. And I know you people are talented person, very dedicated, joining in the Saturday Eve without going for a party and all. I really appreciate from the core of my heart, and I wish you all the best. So Mainak, over to you.
So, good afternoon, people. Am I audible, I guess?
Good afternoon, sir.
So, let me start my screen, and as well as I will start briefing what is the agenda and how we will get into this field. Good. So, uh, whenever you heard the term AI, okay, yeah, what comes into your mind? Because if you go for the history, then AI is not invented. It's just like 1 year or the 2 years back. It invented, I guess, more than 70 or 80 years back. I guess it's on 1950s something, 1950 or 1959. That time AI is invented, but now let me ask you why nowadays we only heard the term AI instead of back then, these 20 or 30 years before, the 40 years before, because back then the AI term is also there, but why we don't heard it? Why you heard it specifically? Just like nowadays, everyone is keep learning because the transformation. What is the transformation? The transformation of our internet. If you ask your people like our aged people who is like 80 years older or 90 years older, maybe they did not use the part internet, but as the time is evolving, so that our also the technology part also evolving, and once again we can use this modern technology for our simple simplify our task. Okay. Now let's begin with what is that and how we can create it. So AI is nothing but, if you see by the definition, that's called artificial intelligence. If you can go Google it, you can find it different big definition. We are not going for the big definition. Just for now, let's differentiate what is the difference between an AI and as an robot or maybe an application. Suppose if you want to perform some task, okay, say I want to create one applications or maybe one robot where I just want to get a output. Say I am creating one application as a calculator. I'm creating one a calculator, yes, where I will be getting the operations like all these our division, okay, addition, multiplication, float division, kind of things. Those are the calculation we can get. Now, what is the difference that we get instead of a simple application or a machine application, then our intelligent application? Okay, that's a application. Because in any other application you can get, here the major flaws that we can see, it does not have the EB capability and also ability to learn from the work we will do and also do some kind of task that we need to do. Okay. See, in our example, if there is a calculator, say I want to do one multiplication, say 3 multiplied by 9, and we know it's an 27. Right? So after that, our calculator does not ability to learn from that operation so that in future it can perform that. But when we will be jumping about this AI, it has some ability to whatever operations we will do or the task we will do, it will learn from it, and using that experience, it can do our future task. Okay. So understood. What is the difference that we get from a normal application and AI applications for now? Now let's go into how the things is evolved. Previous day, back in the days, there was the AI part where even if you can know that there are in 1970s, there was the term the symbolic AI. Okay, symbolic AI. That time, people used to generate a large text-based model and to perform that. After that, the using of different our parabolic AI, where the more advanced form where people can use the concept like computer vision. Okay, then text instead of based on text, they goes for the image and all. But apart from it, that nowadays concept, that's the Gen AI, it only came up when after the COVID. I can assure you that no one will heard about the topic generative AI before that COVID. But this generative was the there. It's not like it is invented right now. It always are there. But why these things did not came into the picture? Because the uses. Because if there is a no uses, then how the people will demand for it? Okay. Nowadays, because and not only the uses and also the evolutions. The evolution will become and make it so easy so that for our performing our daily task. Okay, that's the one. Performing our daily task. And that part, we can easily use these new AI-based algorithms, or AI-based algorithm, and we will get the output from it. So let's go for the foundation part and let's see how we can learn from scratch and what are the different key concepts behind it. Okay. Let's not go for the big definitions and the big idea what the many people the internet will do. Let us see what is our useful practice and what will be our daily need. Otherwise, in your as a daily life scenario of uh, AI engineer or ML engineer, what will be the different part of it. Okay. Just give me a minute. Let's remove it. And we will just- First, shortly, let's see how the different domain people are work in an AI project. Okay. And also we will see how the things are evolved. First, whenever you will be working in an industry, okay, when in any industry, either you can work for service-based company or you can work for a product-based company, okay, or maybe you can work for any PSU-based company. It doesn't matter. Let's see how if data first we will talk about the data science, then we will see how AI evolved from that part of data science. Okay. So whenever you will be working, first, when one project idea is given, okay, say maybe you are working on a sales data, okay, maybe you are working on you are giving a task to create or maybe to forecast on some data, okay, so some kind of business idea, I'm sorry, BI business idea is given to you. Now the people came into the scenario. One is our analytics manager. Okay. One is our analytics manager. Okay. Along with the data scientist, along with our business analyst. Those people will sit together and they will be have a thoroughly discussion that what kind of business problem they are receiving. Okay. Because uh, yeah, if you go to the way you can ask what are AI, what are the tools we will learn, you can go from in. But I am talking about the real world scenario, how the real world industry things are working like that. Okay. So these people will have a thoroughly discussion how kind of problem we received. And most importantly, the most important thing is what are the key question we should ask, because in your real life scenario, if you go, there is no formatted data will be there. The that there are the three stages of data when we will be talking about in data science. One is the raw format of data. Raw format of data means this data does not have any structure. If you go to any government website, you can download any data from the government website. It may not be structured data. Okay, structured means that it has the desirable architecture that we need for our ML models. Okay, so when this raw data we get, then we will do some kind of operation. Okay, then we will have one meaningful insight. Then we have one for structured and clean data. Okay, and then from there we will get our insight. Those are the three stages that many people will know. But when we'll be talking about our real world scenario, in the real one, then the data, either the chance the data will be there or maybe the data will be not there. Okay. There are two possibilities will be there. If the data will be there, the data will be most of the time, 90% of the time, data will be raw and unstructured format of a data. Okay. So if even if we have the raw data, then these people will ask the key questions to the people who are providing our business ideas. Okay, say sales data. So maybe if I am the data science I'll be working on, and you are my client, or maybe you are my stakeholder and all, then I will ask you, okay, now give me the data where for the previous 10 year, the in some particular areas the sales have been much better. Okay, I will ask you. Then here the authority will be there, like our stakeholders, okay, stakeholder, or maybe our domain experts, or maybe some business analyst from our client organization, or maybe other organization who will be giving you the data, and they will have a thoroughly discussion about it. Okay. After having the discussion, when they have the full idea like what we need to do, and now then they will ask for the data, okay, for these people. And maybe these people are not very technical most of the time. They, even if you I'm saying from this real life scenario, most of the people, they are not technical. They don't care which tools you are using, which technique you are using. They doesn't care. They only care about the number you will give. Okay, after your analysis, the number you give. They are the much interested about it. Okay, so then the next person that came into our scenario, that's called our data analyst. Okay. Previously, there will be some DVMS people will be there, but for now, the data analyst and along with our data engineer, those people will came into the picture and they will receive whatever these business uh, ideas these people have already decided for. Okay, maybe as I told you, the 10 years of data. Now, these analyst people will give that information to them and they will ask them to retrieve that data, and those people will check whether this data is available or not. Okay, either if it's an available, then which format the data is available. If it is not available, then they will suggest those people, like they may need to do some kind of operations. Okay, maybe say they need to do some kind of experiment, or maybe they need to purchase some data. Why, how purchase a meter? Say, you want to, on example, say you want to build an application where you will be running some, say, creating some sports training. Okay. Sports training for school people. Now, you don't have the data to some kids from your city or from your country. Then when we will ask, you will ask maybe some social SNS platforms. In SNS platform, they have the information of our biodata. Okay. So in those platform, you will ask, okay, now give me that cohort of data. So they will definitely charge you some money for it to get in the data, and you will use for it. So that's why to preparing the data is the more important scenario than go into all building models and go into direct production for your models. Those comes later, but first managing the data is the much important. Okay. So there are many scenarios to get data. One is your primary experiment. Okay, when maybe that you don't have your data, you are providing your business stimulus, and then after that experiment, you will be collecting it. Okay, maybe there will be secondary experiment. Okay, where uh, you know your stimulus, but you will be not performing the operation. Maybe someone did that operation, and you will be collecting the data. One of the very good example like that is our survey data. Say government are doing census. Now you are not doing the operations, but you will be getting the data from it. Okay. So there are tremendous scenario we'll be talking about later when we will be having our sessions. But for now, let's assume we have one key concept and our basic form of data is ready. Now what we will do? This and data engineer and data analyst will first they will directly again go to our data science or the manager. Those people will first assure if this data is justified or not. How they will assure? They will doing some kind of basic operation like ED operation. Okay. Some basic statistical techniques. Okay. Maybe some kind of AB experiment they will perform. After that, they will be satisfied and they will directly inform to the authority or maybe our client side that those are the things we have achieved. Now let me know what are the next things we can do or what kind of modification we need to do. So if our authority people and these people will be satisfied, then at least our first task, the major task is completed. That is to collect the data for our experiment, for our model. Okay, completed. So when the data is received, then this data engineer, they will create. Previously these things were not much in common, but nowadays this data engineer they will be creating one data warehouse. They will be creating a data warehouse where not only the single format of data, but whatever the structure that we may need to do in future, they will create it. Say you are working on one temperature analysis, some will be created in the base of Celsius data, some will be created based on the finite data kind of things. So it's all like the simple example. with the different requirement will be received, it will create like this. Okay. And they will store in this data warehouse where they will be also creating one simple ETL pipelines. Okay. From that pipeline, the automatically the data will directly goes to our warehouse and it will already when we will need it, we can easily fetch it. And the getting data may not came from a single source. It may came from several sources. Okay, either maybe publicly available data. You can scrape it using web scraping, and you can collect it. Maybe some private label data already available in some domain. You need to get that API key, and if you fetch that data using that API key by using the different kind of scraping there. Okay, maybe one streaming data will be collecting using your Kafka and all, Kafka streaming and all. Okay, there are the tremendous form where not directly goes to like tools and technique for now. We'll be just giving you the concept, like how these people are doing their objectives. Once things are done, they store to our database, they get the data, then they will be do building basic dashboard. After getting the dashboard, then they will inform to our data scientists so that now these things are ready. Our basic predictions are ready. Now tell me what are the next objective that we need to do, because most of the time to predicting or maybe your forecasting and all, you may not to create a very large and defined models for it. Basic forecasting or maybe basic statistical analysis can do that job. So you need not to go for complex of your model. So if the basic part is involved, then only they will maybe your data science people will now take care of the data, and now the some business problem they may receive. Say maybe your future projection is that now give me create me some scenarios where we can receive different kind of business plans. What I mean by that, say for now sales data is say for now your sales data is 10% for say India region. Okay. Say which sale, say your sports kit sale. Now our forecasting data is say 17% by next financial cohort in India. Okay. That much you can get it from our statistical analysis. Now, for that, we definitely don't need to run a huge complex model. But now, our new business problem, the authority may ask, okay, now you need to create some cohort where see what kind of different behavior you will receive. Okay. Now, you are performing one complex model, say your clustering analysis. Either you can do bagging or boosting, and you may get some cohort. Say one cohort is A you saw. After that experiment, there are three cohort you created where this targeted consumer may projected the sales data at 25%. This projected cohort, the project your data as say 11%. Okay, and this one will give you say 9%. Okay. Now, when your authority will see that, find out this this one, why this was getting a large data and why this one getting a small data. So when you run your experiment and you saw maybe these people are living in a large city. Okay, living in a large city, these people have a good financial condition, and these people are also healthy. Got it? So three kind of logic we created, and based on this logic, maybe some other we can deploy some other business knowledge so that our sales data will improve. Got it? We'll do another more kind of experiment, and for say this cohort, we found these are from very rural places. Got it? and these people may not be having good financial background. Okay, and these people have not so much health. Yeah. So these are the things we will be getting from our high level of model building. Okay. So after we receive that data, okay, then we build our model, we get some kind of insight, and then we again test our model, okay, evaluate our model. We have many metric that when we can evaluate our model, either you can use R score or any kind of evaluation metric, okay, MSME, RSME, okay, R2 score. Those are different metric we can evaluate, and also we need to check if your model is performing well. Not only the data you will be working on, also maybe some future data, how your model is performing. There are the concept called overfitting and underfitting, and also the concept came bias variance trade-off. So maybe what kind of future data we will be received, that time our model should give us a perfect prediction instead of going for bias, highly bias or maybe low bias or maybe highly variance model. Got it? Then only our 30% job is done. Okay. We get our model and we tune our model. Maybe when you will be building one models and your model may be not tuned myself. Maybe your model gives you the result accuracy of say 71%. Got it? So maybe you choose the one parameter, say your learning step is a very big, maybe your differential part from the learning step is going in taking higher step. If you take the higher step from a mathematical concept, then maybe some kind of instead of jumping into the conclusion or the optimal level, it may ended up in some kind of local part instead of going to our global part. Those are the concepts we will be discussing when we're talking about or studying about ML part and all. Okay. So those kind of things we need to tune our model so that we should get a good accuracy. And what is the solution? We can use our smaller learning data. Alpha will be your learning rate. Small learning, the small step we can take at a time and running it for multiple times, we will get our result. Good. And then after you have created your model, you have checked with your authorities, everyone is satisfied to your model, and it is giving you the good result. Now what it will do? Then previously there were people like uh, DevOps, okay, DevOps engineer, where DevOps engineer will take your model and it will be deploy it in your production system. But now, after these, say, 2019 or 2018, these things getting much evolved. Now, you itself need to know how you can deploy your model to the server. Most of the time, 90% of your model got rejected when we will deploy because it should be perfectly tuned, first of all, and also it should follow our standard architecture so that by automatically if you passing through your data, then it will do all kind of operations and it will gives you the result. That sounds very simple, but in behind, when you will be receiving the data, okay, raw format of data, first you need to do how you clean, data clean and structural part. When you will be getting a structure from our data. After, if you getting the structure from our data, then you need to do your data pre-processing. In this data pre-processing, you will do techniques like standardization, normalizations. Okay. You need to scale your data to your desired level. Maybe you need to do some kind of transformation. Either it's an uh, categorical data, then you need to do some encoding like one hot encoding. Okay. Or maybe some other kind of transformation like box cost transformation or log transformation. Okay. There are major transformations with that you need to do as a data analyst, or yes, as a data analyst, so that your data should be ready with the desired format for your model. Because as a data analyst, you should know the basic operation you need to do. And then when what will be your business analyst coming to picture? Business analyst, what it will do, they will directly check first whatever the business ideas or the domain they are working, what are the key questions they should ask, and what are the key like final projection they need to do, those kind of things. So for your business analyst people, previously they don't even know what to do and how to do programming and all. But for now, if you work in India, if you live in India, you should know the major basic technology so that you can perform it. No one will help you to like do these structural operations. Okay, even if you're a business analyst, you need to do these basic structural operations so that you can visualize your data to your authority. As I told you, no one is interested to see what tools, techniques, or technologies you will use. They will only interested to see the result, the number. If you are, if you want to get good numbers from your result, then definitely you have give like finally clean formatted data. Okay. And after you do this data pre-processing alongside with feature engineering, feature training, those kind of things, if you complete it, then only you can create your model. Okay. Your ML model. Correct. Let me slash ML slash DL model. After you create your model, then definitely you need that idea to deploy it, so that maybe you are doing classification, you are creating one classification model, then definitely for your other people can use that classification model. That's why you need to deploy it to your server, either is in your official server or maybe in a client server. Okay, you need to deploy it, and after that you need to testing. Okay, or maybe I say evaluation. Before also you need to do evaluation here also. After also you need to evaluation, because deploying this model gets intermediate hectic processes, so that your everything will be managed. Because when you will be working on your local system and when you will working you completely deploy to a server and working on that, then you need to know the concept of part of DevOps and part of your ML. This is the part that we know for our previous category. But now the Gen AI or the AI term is introduced. We will be talking in a bit. I hope this part is clear how things will be working done. So from your raw process, for your whole process, okay, the major people that always came into picture, that is your analytics manager and the data scientist. Okay. Or maybe AI engineer. These people will be always came into process in each and every part. But when as a, I guess if you are all are in colleges, then you don't have much experience. So whenever you will be deployed in an organization, you will be deployed directly as your some associate, okay, or maybe trainee. That time you will be only taking care of these basics things, because you don't always don't have this high level of business knowledge and also your tools and technique. You only people always expect you to always perform this low level task. Okay, so this is our business analyst will done. This is our data analyst will done. Okay, and also data engineer will be done. Data engineer will taking care of here. We will be creating one cohort where the data warehouse, data lake, those kind of scenario will be taken care of by our data engineer. And when we talking about the MLDL part, then our came machine learning engineer, okay, AI engineer, and nowadays everyone should know the term of MLOps, where you can deploy that model to the server. Not only your local server, also your global server using AWS or GCP or Azure. Okay, by creating that thing that is CI/CD pipeline. Okay. Those are the different scenario we know when we will be talking about. So, what is a summary till now became? That is, AI is evolved since from a very long time, and time after time it gets evolved, and once it will be became more user friendly and user like user can easily use that part, then it will be came into big picture. So AI will, if we run down this cohort, if this is whole cohort of AI will always be there. In that part, there were term came that is called say machine learning. Got it? In that machine learning, when things instead of like from our statistic part, when we used to create basic regression or maybe do kind of basic testing using bivariate analysis, univariate analysis, and all those kind of things, when we to do a little bit more depth into it, then we introduce some higher level of knowledge, that is ML. Either we can use supervised learning or we can use unsupervised learning, or maybe we can use reinforcement learning. Maybe you need to create some cluster. Maybe you don't know, don't have any label data, any label data. If you have to work on the unlabeled data, those kind of things will be taking care of in machine learning. Now, after that ML part, when the things will go into more depth, okay, when things go into more depth, then the main key clear feature that came, so that's called deep learning, where not only our we will not only think on the perspective of the model, but also our model should know, like, uh, in the form of human intelligence. Okay. So you know the term as our neural network, okay, NN. Okay. So where when we will study neural network, you can see how we can create different nodes, and these different nodes they can easily do these basic kind of operations. Okay. There are many kind of neural networks will be there. CNN, RNN, LSTM, okay, the kind of those are the things. Then one step more ahead and it will go, that's called our AI. Sorry, better I should write instead of AI. First I should write that is called NLP, that is natural language programming. Got it? When we are going into more depth, when things not only we can expect one, uh, I should say one output, so when we're going to higher level of definition, because in our model we will be passing data and we will be getting results still now, but now it's not like the simple. We can not only stick into this part, we can also evolving, because we will be now starting questions like, if this is the model, how it is tuned. If this is the model, then how the next thing you can do. When those kind of advanced part it became came like in picture, then we will introduce the term as our GNI. In that GNI, we will see how things will be different rather than this MLTL. But this is the how this is the exact tools and technique how the whole world or the industry is evolving. Okay. I hope everyone clear until that part. So we talked about how different people are doing the different kind of operation in a AI project or the ML project, how the industry is evolving, and what are the different part of our AI scenario. Okay. Now let's talk about what you should study. Okay. So you can get into this AI business. I better is yes, AI road. First, as a student, my personal suggestion is do not get overhyped onto this market news and do not get that FOMO from this market. That is fear of missing out. Okay, from this market news, because still if you see everyone is talking about Gen AI, agentic AI, agent AI, RAG, MCP, LLMs, lag chains. Okay, don't get overhyped about it, because you should start with the basic foundations. If you don't clear your foundation, then you cannot build one industry graded AI models. Okay. Even if you create that model by yourself, when you will be deploy that part, maybe some new data will came into the scenario, it may not work, it may not gives you the desired result. And for your industry standard, it will be a completely failure. So do not get overhyped about it. And my personal suggestion is do not take any shortcut. Start with the basics like the people used to do. Yes, nothing is, you may not need to spend a lot of time to learning math, rather than you need to spend a lot of time into programming. Why? When I transitions, I used to learn, you may heard the term, the scientist name that is called Andrew Ng. Okay. From that scientist, he has some courses available on Coursera. Okay. I used to get training from him. So the problem what I faced is previously when we can study and we can get that foundation, but after what you will do, you cannot, even you can have your foundation things ready, how you can showcase your knowledge to that industry. That is the major thing. So when I talking about, I used to learn from the tech tools called Octave. What we can do Octave? Octave, if you are from mechanical or any core department, then you may know the tools called MATLAB. What you can do is MATLAB is not a programming language. You can do complex mathematical operations. Correct. Even I also used MATLAB in my university level. Okay. But the thing is, here you can only do the basic kind of mathematical operations so that you can get the basic desired result. So now, if you know the foundation, how you can apply. If you don't know how to apply that foundation knowledge, and how to basically convert your foundation knowledge to your industry grade, so that you will work in the end. You also you guys only want to work in industry. If you don't know how to convert your knowledge to your industry grade, then what kind of problem you will solve? So this is one of the major mistakes that I did. And after learning for Octave, then I saw, okay, now I know I have the basic foundation knowledge, like what are the different key concepts of our supervised model, unsupervised model, reinforcement model, those kind of things. Now how I will apply. And I got stuck. I got really stuck. Then I saw that we should know a very good programming language that is called Python. If you don't know the Python, then you cannot deploy your knowledge to your production grade. So for our AI roadmap, the major first you should start about that is called your Python. Python programming language. And yes, if you know JavaScript, then you are one more advantage level. Why? Because we will talk about when some key concept of that JavaScript it may require. Okay. So In Python, what are the key things you should need to know? You should know the basic part. Okay. You should know the intermediate part. Okay. Intermediate means some built-in functions. Okay. Iterator and iterable, oops concept. Okay. File handling, exceptional handling, uh, some framework like Tkinter, some if I recall it, mm, some more advanced, some more intermediate part like map filter. Those are the intermediate built-in function that are also. Then also you should know what is logging. Those are the key technique you should achieve before because those part will mandatory to build your AI applications for our advanced part. Then we will go into an advanced part where we will be learning for like some things like pandas, NumPy, okay, Matplotlib, Seaborn, the major Python libraries that we have that we can use for our as a data science lab to creating models, to modifying our data, to sorting our data and that kind of things, and also creating our deep learning and NLP models. So Python is the key most important things you should know from very basic to very advanced. If you ask me 2 years before when this GNA term was not there, I can say that if you know basic Python, you don't need to know OOPS concept and all. Okay. You can directly jump into these different libraries and you can directly start learning ML models. But nowadays, that learning ML models is not enough. You should know what is the key architecture you should follow to creating this MI model so that your model should be industry grade ready and you can deploy it. Okay. Alongside, still the NoSQL maybe came into a picture, but 99% will industry still uses SQL based DBMS. Okay. Either you can use MySQL or you can use MS SQL. Okay. It doesn't matter because the language is same. Because the language is same. Okay. There are minor changes with that if you use MySQL or MS SQL or PostgreSQL. Okay. Yes. If you use some advanced part like trigger, okay, some server related concept may required when you will be interconnected with this thing. But if you are no intermediate level of SQL, it is okay to go. Like you can directly go for learn for your statistic and the ML part. And also along with you should always know one BI platform because as I
Hi,
told
Mainak.
you, no one is
Hi, Mainak.
interested to see check your tools and technique you use. People will always be interested to see what is the achievement you did after the top result. If you able to increase 2% of your sale, then this 2% word, this 2% is important. It does not important that okay, I use supervised algorithm and I tune that model and then I get this 2% result. This is not people are very interested. People are only interested to increase the sales in 2%. That only the technique. And people will always be interested to see interested to check your interesting visual by using BI or maybe Tableau. Okay. Both are okay. You can choose anyone and you can start learning about it. Okay. But my personal recommendation is as you should know BI first. Sorry, the Power BI first because Power BI is based on one more tools that is called Microsoft Excel. And for our basic data manipulation, we can use Excel instead of directly jumping for our Python program. Okay. So it will be very easy if you know Excel, then you can directly know your Power. After you completed this thing, Then, if you are a fresher, mandatory you should know the basic statistic. Okay, descriptive statistic or inferential statistic. Those are the thing. Different part of the your statistic. ANOVA. Okay. Then your hypothesis testing, central limit theorem. Okay. Those whatever the key concept that is available, because our foundation of machine learning is based on this thing. And if you trained with us, I can showcase to you how each and every knowledge is evolved from one another. How this linear regression, the regression is evolved from our ANOVA or the other part of, say, correlation methods. Okay, yes, one more is the correlations. People may say you that maybe those things are not required, but I can assure you, if you don't know this foundation, you will be heavily struck when you are building a application. Okay. Then some basic operation you can do on your data. Okay. And along with this stat, you should know some mathematical concept like linear algebra, vector, or better I say calculus. Calculus in sense, some basic differential applications. You should definitely know it. Okay. If you only know these things, then you should go for data preprocessing and and feature engineering. Those are the major things you should learn. Along with, even you can learn along with learning machine learning model. But if you don't know the data preprocessing and the feature engineering, you will train your model with garbage data and your model won't be gives a good prediction. Okay. The accuracy will be much poor because I can give you one framework, Python framework. Okay. I can give you the libraries. Okay. Use this library and those are the function. Pass your data to the function. You will get a result. Anyone can do it. There is nothing like much rocket science involved in it. But the problem is when your accuracy will get as I told you 71%. Now, as a manager, I ask you what is the problem you have to get this very poorly result. I want a very good accuracy. Now the real things came into picture. Okay. How you can improve your some previous part of it. Okay. Now before that, we need to find out what the problems. Either the problems lied with your building models, or maybe do some kind of data privacy, maybe feature transform, maybe feature engineering part. Some of them you need to find out first. For that, you need definitely have the knowledge for foundations. One real world problem that I first faced, that is, if some of you have studied a little bit about linear regression and how to optimize it, then there is one good optimization technique that is using our what is it? The basic one is your RSME, but there is also some advanced optimization technique is. And what I getting struck was I took a very large parameter value. Okay. The learning rate, like for your calculus part, the learning rate I took is very big value. I took 0.1. And what it get is, instead of it optimized to a very minimum thing, it struck between in somewhere where I will be getting that accuracy. Now, when I tries to finding out, and no, even no Python code and all, nothing will give me the answer. But then I check this, like tune this parameter value, okay, this alpha value to 0.001, and I get a very better result. That means my data was ready, my feature was really good, data processing, everything was good. But what is the problem that I received? The problem I got is I don't I have the calculus knowledge where I can, instead of going for a big step size, I took a very small step size and I get a good result. Those are the techniques you should know. Now, say if you are as I told you, because you are all college student, you have time. Utilize your next, I say, 4 to 6 months so that you can have each and every topic crystal clear and you can really apply for. Then we will be getting here that is called machine learning. First, you will learn mm, there you will learn that is called supervised learning. Then it will call unsupervised learning. We will be learning here reinforcement learning. Got it? Those are the different key part of supervised learning. If you use regressions or say your tree-based regression, SVM-based regression, those are the technique we will use. In unsupervised learning, we will use different classification techniques. Either it's a binary classification or if it is multimodal classifications. Those are the techniques we can use in your machine learning part. But we won't much spend time in machine learning because now the things, as you can see, we need to know the part of Gen AI. So we will clearly covering this shortly covering this part, and we will directly jump in our deep learning. Deep learning, there are major two things. One is, that is one should be our text-based analysis. Whatever the text data we'll be working on, either the daily data, CSV data we have, and then the next technique we have that is called our image or video based analysis. Okay. In text based, you can use we use the technique like NLP. Okay. Some different say no, don't go for much details. Just NLP will be. But when the image, then we will be use our computer visions. Okay, image vision, video formatting. Those are the module. So for that, we'll be use like CNN, RNN, okay, RNN, LSTM, neural network, okay, GRU, okay, encoder, decoder. Those are the techniques we will use. But the major important is the most important term is if until we finish that part, then one may most important part of NLP that we will introduce that is called our transformer based architecture. Okay, transformer based transformer based architecture. Okay, based on this transformer based architecture, whatever things you guys are learning, hearing about generative AI, agentic AI, everything is based on this architecture. So you can see how the tools and technologies evolving. If you don't know the basic foundation, then how you will can create it? You will be stuck with in your daily problems. Okay. In this transformer-based architecture, the major or the final foundation of a generative model that is based on that's called LLM. Got it? So how step by step we will be learning each and every tools and techniques so that we'll be really good with that LLM part. Got it? Now, and after that, when we know about this transformer part, then we will be goes into our generative AI. Generative AI. In this generative AI, the major first part, as I told you, the foundation is our LLM, where this LLM, it may be open source. Okay. It may be open source or it may have paid because there are different industry uses this LLM model because it's already pre-built model. You are not building about it. There are also the two type of generative models that will be introduced, but for now, it either it's an open source or it will be the paid version of it. Okay. then you should know. You should have because the industry is spending a lot of amount on this LLM so that you can reuse it and it gives you the more desired result. Then you should know first what will be your generative AI application. Then you should have the idea of different frameworks. Okay, different frameworks. What is the frameworks? Frameworks either you may have heard from Hype that is called LangChain. Okay, LangChain. Then your the OpenAI. Okay, OpenAI source. Okay, some more framework that NVIDIA is also building. Okay, so those are the frameworks. What is available in the frameworks? Framework is it's already have the pre-built module of your AI application so that you do not have to create it from scratch. Okay. In our generative AI, there is the two type of concept we will introduce. One is creating generative AI model from the scratch, and we already have a pre-built model from this generative AI. We will be just using it. You use this chat GPT for your daily life. Chat GPT is already a one large language model that is already created there. You will be nothing but using it day by day for your process, using your different prompt you will pass that you used. I guess you already used mostly the chat GPT. Then the concept of RAG, that is your retrieval augmented generation. So these RAG or this vector database, those will be came in picture after it when we'll be talking about this generative AI. But instead of this, like going like that, you first know your purpose for which you are learning. That's why I do not recommend you like go through each and every tools and technique that is available for your generative AI and all. First, you should know the purpose. If you are a software developer, then first let's write this is our AI engineering. Okay, engineering. Now, in your AI engineering part, there is two things that we should talking about. Okay, first is one this AI or the generate AI you will be creating. One is you're building from scratch. Okay, that is this part, and another is already built it, already built it model. So scratch we build it model is on our user's perspective. So we are not creating this scratch from a very beginning. We will be uh, have our build modified model. We'll be directly using it, and one is our scratch model where we will be creating our AI application from very basics, and then we will be reusing. For the scratch, as I told you, you definitely need to know one is your transformer because based on is your AI application is developed. If you know the transformer, then there is like different type of transformer will introduce. Either it's your algorithm is BERT based algorithm. If your algorithm is GPT based algorithm, okay, that you use in your daily life, or that you can use the technique like encoder and decoder based algorithm. Okay, those are the different types of algorithm transformer based you want to create your algorithm. Then after you create your algorithm, your AI algorithm, then you should know what is pre-training. Okay, pre-training. In that pre-training, you should know what are your model training objectives, what will be your different tokenizations, okay, what is the different strategies, what is the different handling techniques. Those are the advanced technique, very advanced technique that we will be talking about in the pre-training. And after you have your pre-trained model, then definitely you should know optimize your model so that it will work in different cross platform. Okay, you should have a good training optimization, you should have a very good model optimization, okay, and also most evaluate optimization. Okay, so it have a good result. And then After optimize, as I told you, when you will be deploy it, you should know the technique like tuning. Either if your model is task specific tuning, like I am given some task and it is gives me the good result. And also not only my only single task, it can work on multiple tasks. Okay. Or either it's a task based tuning or it's a very specific instruction based tuning. Okay. Or maybe it's an continual peer training. Okay. Either it's an use some technique like RL, HF. Okay. Okay. Or maybe it's use technique PEFT. Those are the very advanced topic that we'll be talking about when we're building on AI application from scratch. Okay. And then after that, we will deploy it. Correct. This part for our building your model from your sketch. But when you are these techniques most only required if you want to be a data scientist, because nowadays when we instead of doing classification problems, you can use classification algorithms, but instead of when we'll be creating multi-level of programming, that time we definitely create this J application so that in many major area of nodes we can use it. Okay. For your data science part, for your machine learning engineer, for your NLP engineer, we will need to learn like that. But if you want a software developer, okay, if you want to be one simple creating React-based framework, okay, creating one small application, and you want to introduce some AI application to your system, yeah, I would say in your web system. That time you definitely can choose that area that is already the builded models are there. We can use user-based approach. Okay, like you need to know that basic LLM. Okay, you should know what is open source and closed source available. Okay, you can use different LLM APIs so that you can implement it, and then you can use some tools that is available already in the market that is called Hugging Face. Okay, LangChain. Okay, Olama. Those are the technique that is available in your market. You should have a good knowledge in it, and then when you know about it, then you can pass different prompt, because this is nothing but we can create our agent. Okay, and passing the different prompt, your application will be ready. Now I am passing a prompt where our AI agent is ready. Now I am passing the prompt. Okay, now create me one good, create me a exact copy of Facebook login page. So your prompt will pass through your AI model, and your AI model automatically generated your React based code. Okay. So I don't know how to build LLM models, but I can still able to use it. Why? Because already these engineers, these AI engineers are building these things. Some LLM frameworks are getting ready to the market. Okay. You should know then most importantly the RAG, so that this RAG will accept the key concept, and based on it, it automatically evaluates. Previously, when we'll be talking about ML models and all, say I can give you a good example that is called in SQL. You write down a query, and based on the query, you will get your data. But RAG, what it is, it will automatically based. We will be not passing the right query. I will be passing out a concept. Based on this concept, this RAG will automatically generate a query, and it will be not only perform your single base scenario, because it will be on circular base scenario. Okay. First we'll be passing there, then it will be automatically implemented, then it will do its own operation, it will pass down your evaluation, and it gives you the result, and again it will pre-train. Okay. It's RAG based application we can use. And then lastly, we'll be go for your fine tuning. Okay, the similar technique we talked about in our fine tuning here. We also need to know fine tuning. And to perform each and everything, the major first scenario that we will use here, that's called AI agents. Not only the single, because previously in agent or in bot, if I give you a good or more simple example, suppose you are ordering some orders in your Zomato or the Swiggy. And if you go for the assistant, you can see the chat-based assistants are there. You can just write down hi, and they will be passing down some chat where you can see based on this chat it will work. But now, in upcoming scenario, we will see that major e-commerce they will be deploy their AI agents in your system so that you can directly order your agent. Okay, maybe you want to purchase one medium-sized t-shirt. You directly pass this order like prompt to this AI onto their platform, and what it will do, it will directly redirect it to your payment page. Okay. So these kind of multimodal agents, it is going to be implemented soon, sooner or later, and that's why this AI agent is making a tremendous popular nowadays in our scenario. And not only it can used in data science, machine learning, or NLP, these AI agents can work anywhere in any field, whatever field you will choose. But you should know how this basic foundation. Okay. Let's not directly jump and not go for much with it. My personal opinion is whenever you should learn, you want to learn from that basics so that when you will go for your advanced part, and at that time there will be no problem for your industry graded project. Okay. So I hope I make you clear. Okay. If you have any question, you can ask. So that's it from my side. So if you guys have any inquiry about this field as a AI engineer or as a data scientist or as a data analyst or as a business analyst or as a machine learning or NLP engineer, you can ask any questions.
Munir, thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. I believe
Sir,
everybody
actually, I
got the
want to
idea.
ask something.
Yeah, Piyush, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, Piyush, please go
Yes,
ahead.
yes, yes.
Hello. Sir, what is the difference between data scientist and data analyst? And what are the benefits for
So
doing data scientist and data analyst?
if I give you the answer based on your perspective, okay, and also the opportunity you will be received. First of all, when you will be working in an industry, at that point time, your designation you can see it's not written as a data scientist. It may read as a data science associate or trainee data analyst or data analyst, so that the data science will only take care after this like junior people like data analyst or the associate people firstly take care of the data. Once those people will take care of the data, because data scientist people will be monitoring that each and every part of that project. Okay, these data analysts will do some specific task on that project, say preparing the basic data, or maybe say if you need to do you need to do some basic feature transformation. Those will be the technical do, or maybe so for some tuning, okay, some your model tuning, you need to do some hyperparameter tuning. So data science will advise you to tune that parameter so that we will get some better result. Data scientists are the more expert level expertise than the data analyst will majorly work on the technology like different framework that's available in the Python and the basic data preprocessing and the feature transfer. That's it. And also basic data dashboard. I hope you are clear.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Mm,
sir.
sure. No problem. I guess that's it from my sides. I hope I can make you everyone is clear. But if you want to start with its basics. You are all students, so do not take any shortcuts. If you take any shortcut, that you may struggle when you will be directly jump on this generative AI applications. We will start from the basics and we will be all directly build one end-to-end AI application so that with this application, every task will be resolved. So that's it from my side.
Ajay, thank you, Mainak, for the wonderful session, the way you have guided us. Okay. In a nutshell, the aim that I have here, okay, right here in my organization, this organization, CSTM Information Technology Services Private Limited, I'm looking for trainee data analyst I believe you now already have a difference between these two, that what is trainee data analyst and after that data analyst. They're playing with the data, to be very honest. Okay. And after that, I'm going ahead with upper level, that is the machine learning, deep learning, and the AI one, that is the data scientist, what will come into picture. Okay, after that. Okay, but to be very honest, one thing, let me be very clear. The person who has an interest to become a data analyst, they are most welcome to the organization for the training purpose and for joining us after learning and everything and all. Okay. And they don't have an interest in the maths, because data science means maths, statistics. Okay. So in that case, the best thing is that if you feel like that I want to be to the level of data analyst, so you are most welcome. We are not underestimating them. We will be hiring them also. There is no problem in that. But the next is that the upper level, okay, for that you need to be very good into maths, and the future of this organization lies in the integration of AI. We are have a passion, vision, mission, whatever what you say. Even in the field of Java also, we have decided that we are going to integrate AI. So basically, as told by Moinak sir, that go slowly, step by step, step by step, step by step. Why he has mentioned that? Because this is the pathway to reach to the top level of the technology at this moment going on in the industry, that is AI, right? So to reach that, this is another way, okay. But in the other way that we have explained, that we are going to integrate Java with AI also, okay. That is another way, another pathway, okay. That is, it is a short example I'm telling you. In the Indian Railway, you must have heard the main line. In Bengali we call it as a court line. Okay, so court line takes you to the destination at a faster time. The main line takes you to your destination, the closing destination, at a long time. So these are the ways how you can go and make yourself ultimately to the point of AI. But keep it in mind, we are integrating everything with AI. Am I clear? Is that clear? Is the vision and the mission of the organization is clear? Ultimately, we are going to walk in AI. Piyush, any doubt on that? Piyush, any doubt? Piyush,
No,
Prodipto.
sir.
So
No, sir.
you have got our vision, that
Yeah.
ultimately our vision is to reach to the level of AI only. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Because that is the future. That's why some organizations, some MNC have told that after 18 months, coders will not be required. AI will do the coding. So we are also moving to that level. So our training module, our master mentorship classes, our mastering things, our people who are joining here and upgrading themselves to the technology, and after that they are joining us as empowerment employee, and we are very happy that we are paying the pays. You can go to the Google review and see also that how we are performing at this moment. So I'm really proud, and I'm really blessed by the blessing of all of you, that I'm able to pay my employees with the present project and all. That's a good way. Okay. So slowly we are trying to build, and I think with the helping hand of all of you and by the blessing of God, we will reach to a level. And when you leave this organization and go to upper level organization, you will always sing the song that those were the best days of my life, from Summer of 69 by Brian Adams. Thank you, dear all. Thank you for joining. Next time we are joining once again with a positive view of mind to grow our career, because today was just a prediction. Right. In data science, we predict that who will be a winner. I told you. So similarly to today, there was a prediction that how I can move ahead with my career growth. Thank you all. So I'm ending the thing. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're
Thank,
most welcome, sir. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you.